Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Here we go again. The most annoying fan base, the most annoying organization, the most annoying owner in the history of sports. The Dallas Cowboys are coming to town Sunday, 3:30 p.m. at Levi Stadium, and they just won their first road game in 30 years.
Wow.
And, of course, that road game was January 17th, 1993. For the 92 NFC Championship, where the Cowboys went back to the Super Bowl and beat the Niners in that title game at Candlestick Park. And Cowboys beat the Bucks last night. Niners beat the Cowboys last year in the wild card game. A year ago today, actually a year ago yesterday, I believe, when the Niners went down to Jerry's World to beat the Cowboys. So we say good morning to everybody out there getting off their graveyard shifts. Good morning to all the strippers, baby mamas, baby daddies, teachers, students, cops, CHP officers. Who else am I missing? Engineers, custodians, plumbers, longshoremen, Cowboy fans. Good morning to you jabronis as well, because I'm going to be on your ass all week long. It's personal this week. So, hey, Shasky, good morning to you. Spadoni Lubman. I sent that in the thread last night. I'm dead serious. There will be no Daryl the Guru Johnson Jobs on this show. There will be none. No Cowboy love whatsoever. It's not happening this week. It's not. It's personal.
Mm-hmm. Put the game itself to the side. You know you wanted this. I don't want to hear your breakdown of the rosters because I think this is a Titan match. This might be the toughest game the Niners have all year in terms of personnel to this point. I mean, you can make the argument for the Chiefs game. Fine, I'll listen to that. We all respect the Chiefs. I love what the Dallas Cowboys have as a roster in comparison, to how they match up with the Niners. But just the rivalry, the matchup, the brands, the owners, the coaches, the quarterbacks, the person. This is who you wanted.
I wanted Brady. I wanted the path of least resistance.
That's soft.
You saw how, please, soft. I've worked with you for over 5 years. I know what you wanted. Of course, the aesthetics look good. The star in the helmet. I didn't want Jerry Jones touching down to the state of California. I didn't want to deal with Micah Parsons chirping. And you remember last year, I used to beat bullies up. Well, you got bullied in the wild card game. I didn't want to have to deal with Dak Prescott. Didn't want to hear about Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard or why Tony Pollard may be a more explosive player than Christian McCaffrey. I didn't want to hear about none of this nonsense. None of these comparisons whatsoever. I wanted to end Brady at Levi Stadium, but you know what? It is what it is. And on deck is the Dallas Cowboys. And we'll see them in dust setting with the sun setting at Levi Stadium, turn it into a damn night game on that grass, and I can't wait for it. It's personal this week, folks. Niner fans, if you don't feel like it's personal, it's the Cowboys. It's Niners, Cowboys. We know what that means. And the rivalry was renewed last year in Jerry's World, and I heard them chirp again last year after the game. We should have won that game. We got the Niners circled on our calendar. We can't wait to meet them again. Blah, 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 blah. Well, we'll see Sunday at 3:30. I can't wait. I wish the game was tomorrow. I wish the game was later on today, man. I swear to God.
See, now you're feeling me. See,
I just hate them.
We're all done with Brady.
I'm done. Are you done with Brady?
Yeah, I got Brady.
Are you finally done with Brady? Because when Brady becomes a free agent.
No part of Tom Brady on my 49ers moving forward.
Wow.
I'm done with it.
I can't believe that.
He doesn't want to get hit anymore. Throw that to the side. I'm done with it.
Cool.
Okay, can we put a fork in him?
You tell me.
I'm ready. Look, 4 years ago, different story. Right now, no. No, I don't want 50-year-old Tom Brady soaking up all my salary cap so that I can't pay some of these elite defensive players. I want no part of Brady. Part of what makes, whether you believe Brock to be the next coming or somewhere, in between what he is now and what he might be, who cares? Mobility has been one of the things that really, truly separates him from Jimmy Garoppolo. We can go accuracy and decision-making and all these different things, but the mobility, Tom Brady can't move.
No, he can't.
And he doesn't want to get hit.
He can't move.
I'm done with Brady.
All right, I'm glad you're done with Brady. I want everybody to be. I got it out of my
system.
Okay,
please. Let me get this. I walk in today. I couldn't sleep last night. I just started jotting down things with Sam Lubman. And B, we can get into all this week. But let me just, off the top of my head, you did that notepad a couple of months back, and you were like, Warriors, Celtics. I just started writing things down. Here we go. Ninth time these two teams have faced. The Niners have faced the Green Bay Packers 9 times in the playoffs. That's the most they faced anyone ever. New York Giants, Cowboys 8. Sunday will be the 9th. It's appropriate. It's appropriate. In the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, and now in the 2020s, we're getting Niners-Cowboys with the right to move on. It feels like the Super Bowl goes through these two teams. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect Philly, but it's appropriate. Mandalorian came out last night during halftime. I'm not sure if you're into it or if you even understand what it is.
No,
but there's a phrase, this is the way. And I'm telling you right now, Niners, Cowboys, if you're a Niner fan, this is the way it has to go. You have to go through Seattle, you have to take out Pete Carroll, and then you have to go through the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy, the offensive coordinator who helped not pick Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy, who has the Super Bowl that Shanahan so wants. Dan Quinn, the guy that Shanahan gets blamed for his Super Bowl loss. Okay? Dak Prescott, like Brock Purdy, a 4-year starter in college, overlooked in the draft, takes somebody's job in the middle of the year. The quarterback that we all thought was going to be at the helm on the sidelines.
He took it in preseason.
I understand that.
Preseason.
Let me continue to wax
All right,
poetically. All right? Micah Parsons versus Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year candidates on either side. That doesn't do it for you. Who's got the better offensive personnel?
This matchup is juicy. And we discussed this yesterday. The matchup is juicy. Left and right. It's the Cowboys and Niners. You got ownership groups and Jerry Jones who likes to talk the talk, and he doesn't walk the walk. You got Mike McCarthy smiling and trying to dance in the locker room. You got Kellen Moore, the most overhyped offensive coordinator. You got CeeDee Lamb. Now, I'll give CeeDee Lamb his props. We all know I wanted CeeDee Lamb in the draft. CeeDee Lamb was special coming out of Oklahoma. He worries me this week. T.Y. Hilton looks like, damn, is he 28? I don't want to see the T.Y. in the end zone. Darren Schultz is a damn good tight end nobody knows about. Ezekiel Elliott, the more snaps they waste on Ezekiel Elliott, that benefits the 49ers. Stick a fork in Ezekiel Elliott. He is cooked. He is washed. He don't run fast. He doesn't move anything. He moves no needle. Tony Pollard's the guy to watch. All right? They got a good offensive line. They got Micah Parsons. You got Dexter Lawrence on the other side. You got Diggs, who loves to jump routes. Purdy's got to be careful in this first half against the Cowboys team is going to be jumping around, amped up. This is it. This is what everybody wants. This is what Fox wants. This is what you wanted.
Yes.
This is what a lot of Niner fans wanted. I'm not sure Cowboy fans wanted this.
Did you hear their chant?
Huh?
Did you hear their chant?
No.
Oh, it was the least confident chant I've ever heard in my life.
From the fans?
They're leaving, what is it, Raymond James
Stadium.
You know all the stadium names. Okay, the Tampa Bay Stadium.
Right,
They're leaving.
Raymond James
and they're
Stadium.
Like, we want Niners. And they're like looking around. We want Niners. And it's a group of cowgirls that are out there, and they're all screaming and yelling about how they want the 49ers. It was the scariest looking group of people I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, they want no part of the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, they'll talk themselves into it. And you better believe they want a little revenge from what happened last year at Jerry's World.
Yeah.
Where Jimmy Garoppolo damn near gave him the game in the second half.
But that was the Debo coming out party.
That was Debo Samuel.
On the playoffs,
Yeah, no doubt. Debo Samuel coming out party with Taylor Shanahan after the interception. K'Wan Williams with the interception. Tell him, Kyle Shanahan, give me the freaking ball. And he takes that first snap with a gun run, and he scores a touchdown. He's at the 5-yard line. I'm already turning around talking trash. But it's personal because the Cowboy fans, folks, now that I think about it.
They're the worst.
Now that I think about it.
They're the worst.
Remember the Cowboy fan who called us midseason?
Oh, yeah.
And he called me out and said, we want that smoke. We want to smoke on that Niner pack. Well, 888-957-9570. Call me back because it's here now. Don't duck the smoke now. I'm telling you.
How many games have you been to, you think, in the NFL? Just NFL games.
Well, I didn't go to many as a kid. I only went to
100?
No, not even close. I didn't start going to NFL games until I went to a few in the 2000s.
Okay.
I went to one as a kid, but really the last 7 years is when I've gone to most of my NFL games.
65.
50 maybe.
Let's just say 50, 55,
maybe.
60. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Every game I've ever been to, you see one Cowboy fan
every game
somewhere in the parking lot.
All the time.
Even if they have nothing to do with the Cowboys. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Have you seen the ticket prices?
Oh, the ticket prices are surging.
The cheapest price is $500 to get in there, and that's SROs, standing room only, and that's after all your transaction fees and everything. This is what we want: generational rivalries.
Right.
Like Grandpa hates the Dallas Cowboys, Mom and Dad hate the Dallas Cowboys. You hate the Dallas Cowboys, and so do your kids.
Cannot stand them. Cannot stand them. So there's going to be no guru drops. That's how personal this matchup is this week. I see that blue from 12 to 3. I'm turning the station off. I'm turning the YouTube off. I can't see it. I can't look at it. Jerry Jones, we argued about this for years. I cannot stand Jerry Jones. Sure, he's a great businessman. Sure, he gets things done behind the scenes. But he's a fraudulent owner. He's a fraudulent owner who swears he can pick talent, put together a roster. He ain't won diddly poo without Jimmy Johnson. And now you want to give him the Barry Switzer Super Bowl with Jimmy Johnson's team? Sure. Neil O'Donnell gifted him that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
He hasn't been to an NFC title game since.
Their last road victory after last night, the last one since last night, was in 1992 against the 49ers at Candlestick.
I know.
That's crazy.
January 17th, 1993 of the 92 season.
I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing him celebrate in the booth or whatever it is, the suite last night, I was like, yes, bring him to Levi's.
I don't want him near
I want him in Levi's so bad.
I want
because
him
I want to see that ugly mug when he loses again to the San Francisco 49ers. I'll make the argument here. Remember when Eddie D was Eddie D was coming on up.
Right.
He bought the Niners. Mm-hmm. They were the lowly Niners. Mm-hmm. And obviously the Dallas Cowboys were the cream of the crop of all of football. Mm-hmm. Tom Landry was the minted GOAT. He was one of the great defensive minds the game has ever seen. He created the 4-3 that we know today. Eddie D was on the come up and him and Walsh beating the Dallas Cowboys cemented them. Then you go about a decade later and Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, them looking up at Eddie D. And them beating Eddie D and George Seifert at the time, it minted them. It really did. It minted them. I look at Jed York right now and I say, all the things you said about Jerry Jones, I'm with you. I'm right in lockstep. There's an argument to be made. Jed's a top 5 NFL owner over his tenure. If you just, I know there's been some lows. Look at the success. Look at the stadium. Look at the money. Look at how the fan base travels. Now,
Robert Kraft, Jeffrey Luria, Philadelphia. You got to say
the Niners have had more success in the playoffs than the Philadelphia Eagles over the last decade.
Yeah, but they've got that Super Bowl.
I know. The Niners have been to
the last 20
multiple.
years, Philadelphia has been a staple franchise.
Agreed.
They've been legit. So I got to give Jeffrey Lurie his credit. Robert Kraft, you got to give him some. You got to give him some love. The people who own Lambeau Field or own the Green Bay Packers, they've been in contention all the time. The Roonies in Pittsburgh.
The Niners have beaten the Green Bay Packers 4 times in a row since Jed took over.
But they had a Super Bowl. But we're talking about just
KC.
I'm saying you said the last 10 years they won in 09. I agree with that. The point is there's an
Baltimore
argument.
Ravens.
But Bonte, would you admit there's an argument?
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
This is Jed's time. You could put the stake right through the heart of the old man.
Well, this is
Dallas's best opportunity to win a Super Bowl.
Forget that thing. Owners stay in the box this week. All right? I'm going to just say that right now. Jerry Jones, you got nothing to do with this football game. Jed York, you got nothing to do with this football game.
Yeah, but
this
Jed wants to win.
No, this game is between Kyle Shanahan. Of course he wants to win.
He wants to be able to
everyone wants to win.
The NFL owners' meetings and say, Jera, I took you out back-to-back years.
Of course, but this game is this is the year Shanahan. Let's not get it twisted. This is the year Shanahan. It gets Mike McCarthy. It gets Dan Quinn, his former head coach in Atlanta, who was an assistant within the Super Bowl. And everybody blamed Kyle Shanahan for that loss. Nobody blamed Dan Quinn.
I agree.
Nobody did. So you got Shanahan against Dan Quinn.
I can't wait.
You got Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore against D'Amico Ryans.
Do you hate Mike McCarthy like I do?
I don't hate him, but I don't like him.
I couldn't stand when they picked Alex Smith. He was part of that group.
Oh, I know.
Selected, and then he bounced after 1 year, and then he won the ring with Aaron Rodgers, the guy that I wanted them to draft at the time.
Well,
I've always hated Mike McCarthy.
We all wanted Aaron Rodgers,
and he'll find a way to bumble this one away.
We all wanted Aaron Rodgers, but this is Shanahan. This is Shanahan against Quinn. This is D'Amico Ryans against Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy. The hell with Jerry Jones. He's gonna pander around. He's gonna walk the field. Him and Steven Jones are gonna have their
suite. For the Cowboys?
I can't stand Jerry Jones.
Is he number one?
Yeah, he is.
If
number
I said, who's the guy you hate for the Cowboys? Who's the face?
It's Jerry Jones.
Wow, it is.
It's Jerry Jones. That fraud. I remember they came to Levi Stadium. And look, they ruined Dwight Clark Day.
I remember that.
40-10, they came to Levi Stadium and rolled the 49ers.
Zeke killed the Niners.
They had Eric Reed playing middle linebacker,
right.
the Niners, and they got rolled that day. And I remember, that was a whole anthem thing and everything going on with that. And I said, hey, Jerry, I asked Jerry a question.
You asked Jerry a question?
I asked Jerry a question. I said, did you and Jed York have a conversation about the anthem or kneeling or anything? And he just looked at me and goes, no, we didn't. And he winked at me. He turned around and he winked at me. I said, this bum, I can't stand this guy. This freaking liar, this clown,
like when he fake kneeled. Remember when he fake kneeled?
Oh, he fake kneeled against Arizona.
He did the smile and the wink into the camera with the fake kneel.
He is such a joke, and that's why he hasn't won anything. That's why when watching him on Hard Knocks, him sitting depressed in his office, overlooking the practice field, saying, "I just want one." Nah, I don't want you to get anything.
Well,
I want you to die without another Super Bowl, Jerry. Time's ticking, buddy. Time's ticking. You ain't coming to Levi Stadium.
But isn't that poetic justice after what he did to you and me when we were kids, and all the different Niner fans that saw Steve Young fall and fall? I mean, Joe Montana's final game as a 49er in a uniform, he's on the sidelines as the current MVP,
Yep.
Steve Young, is losing at home to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
That crushed so many people's soul. We need this in our life. This is how to make things right. I know, B, you don't believe in Star Wars, but there's the dark and the light side and balancing of the Force. This will balance out the Force. We need
Force is already
to
with us.
beat the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
The hell with that. There's no balance.
It's part of the road.
No, the
It's
Force
part
is
of the
already with the
journey.
49ers. The NFC runs through the Niners. It runs through the Niners. The Cowboys ain't been to no title game since 1995.
Which is wild.
No, it's poetic justice because it's karma for Jerry Jones thinking he's the man. He ain't no Jerry Buss. He ain't no Joe Lacob. He ain't no Eddie D. And he's going to get humbled this week when they come in that beautiful turf at Levi's Stadium. And there's going to be no excuses. It's going to be a clear day, Dallas fans. All right? I know it's a short week. You'll be okay. You got a first-class fight. You know, it ain't my fault Mike McCarthy played the starting defense late into the fourth quarter.
What was that?
Yeah, they're idiots.
That?
They're confident. They're cocky. Bring on the Cowboys. Bring them on. It is war. I'm dead serious. If it ain't personal for you, don't call this show this week.
Niners got to wear the throwbacks, right?
I don't care what they wear.
They got to wear the throwbacks.
They can wear all whites. They can wear throwbacks. I just can't wait till 3:30 kickoff. I wish they could kick off right now.
I know.
Right now.
Come on, now that we're here, you know you wanted this.
The
Brady. Soul needs it. This is nutrition for the soul.
It's going to be personal. Sunday's going to be something. Sunday's going to be something.
I can't wait.
888-957-9570. We weren't able to take phone calls yesterday, but the lines are back, baby. The lines are back, and I want to hear from Niner fans right now.
Is this the hottest ticket?
Oh, this is the hottest ticket all weekend.
No, is this the hottest ticket in how long?
I'm going to say this right now. This is the most electric game that's going to be played at Levi Stadium in its history. The most electric game.
I'm with you.
Monday night against Seattle, you want to say that? Fine. You want to say a Rams game on Monday night? Fine. You want to see the Packers in the NFC check? But honestly, 2019, when the Niners played the Packers,
we
walked into that stadium, it was a party.
You and I knew we were going to thump
It was like, this is over.
Yeah.
The game for me was Minnesota. Can you get by Minnesota?
Yes.
But this game right here on Sunday is the hottest ticket in the game that's ever been played at Levi Stadium. Think about that.
That's nuts.
And it's going to be at night.
This is the hottest ticket, I would say, since the 94 NFC Championship game.
Wow.
I'm dead serious on that. And believe me, I've been to a lot of games. And by the way, later on this week, I'm going to bring my book of tickets in, and we're going to go through all the Cowboy games I've been to. Because I've got some memories.
Way to make it about yourself.
No, I'm just saying. I hate the Cowboys.
I can tell you about all the games I watched on TV.
The Tony Romo broken rib game in 2011 when he came back out and they won in overtime.
Miles Austin balled out in that game. Miles Austin balled out.
It's one of the great games of all time.
Harbaugh had a blunder where he kicked the field goal. They get the 3 points. The Cowboys roughed the kicker. Instead of taking the penalty and getting the first down and running more clock, Harbaugh kept the points on the board to end up backfiring on the 49ers, and they lost that game in 2011.
Remember when he came out of the locker room like Superman? Yeah. And the announcers were like, oh, my God, Romo.
I wish Romo was on this game. I wish he was on this game. I wish Buck was on this game. I wish Aikman was on this game. Madness Summerall. Rest in peace.
I love that Dak had his greatest game ever last night because he blew his wad.
Folks, it's war week.
Yeah, it is.
Straight up. Ain't no games. Ain't no plan. We may talk a little Warriors. We may not. Thank God they got to win yesterday on MLK Day. I was getting annoyed in the fourth quarter, but they got to win. But it's war week this week. It's war week. The Cowboys are coming to town, folks. 888